I feel like the older I'm getting, the more that I'm hating social media. And at first I thought it was just like, maybe I'm just in a rut, but like, no, I hate social media. I'm curious, like, am I alone out here? Like, I feel like people, at least our 90s babies, I feel like the 90s babies, especially 80s babies, hate social media. Comment, like, am I alone? Just let me know down below, y'all. I'm just curious, because like it's today we're talking about something that's gonna help y'all make some money. Well, kinda like, okay. Let's start that over. Today we're talking about gear that I know that you can use to make you a lot of money. How about that? Yeah, like there's gear set that I put together for y'all. Like it's like when I say like it's fire, with this set you'll be able to at least charge $2,500 to $3,000 on your first job. I kid you not. Like that's how comprehensive this list is. So no, it may not be like, oh, my favorite stuff under $2,000. No, but this is what I'm telling you is gonna get you at least a $3,000 client. So here we go. Mic check. And obviously everything I'm telling you all will be like listed down in the description below. You guys should check out my Amazon storefront and it'll be right there. So everything that you all talking about will be in my Amazon storefront. So you can go ahead and pick it out the cart and be like ready to go. So here we go. I chose this camera because I am a video first person. However, the counterpart to this camera will be the Sony a6700. But the camera that I'm recommending, the one that's on sale, is going to be the Sony FX30. I don't know why YouTubers do it. It's like, you clearly know what the FX30 is, but I still gotta hold it to the camera so you can be like, oh. Anyway, I was absolutely wrong about this camera when I first, like before I had it. I was sitting here saying like, this camera's not gonna be all that. Why would you sit there and make this camera that still has crop? You might as well get this. You might as well buy this camera used. And although I still kind of feel the same way, because I still feel like you can find your Sony a7S III or full frame camera for like around $2,000. However, if you want a camera that is a true, in my opinion, that feels like a Sony cinema camera, and you can still kind of like, I ain't gonna lie to you, low key, you can still tell your client this is Netflix approved to kind of upsell them on the price. They never know. But I know for sure this camera would get you through every job that you need, because it could do 4K 60. We're not gonna talk about 4K 120. That crop is so ridiculous. Like, who's gonna use that? But it does 4K 24, 4K 30, all that unlimited internal 10-bit. So like this camera, I gotta tell you right now, if you was to get an FX30 right now, you would be set, I would say, for at least like the next 5 years. Like, I know people trying to push 8K so hard right now. We're just not there yet. 4K is still more than fine. Learn how to work with your image. And if you really want to change your image up, that's going to lead to something else. But we're going to save that time. We're going to save that down the line a little bit. So the first thing I recommend out the gate is the Sony FX30. You can find this camera right now on sale for Black Friday for $15.99. Listen, I know my camera is typically PG-13, but with PG-13, you get one F-bomb. So let me get my one F-bomb. That's a fucking steal. Next, we're going to move on to the DJI mics. DJI mics. I love these things. Now I know people are going to say like, hey man, they're definitely cheaper alternatives, but this is what I've learned from being in this business for, at least 5 years at this point now. What I've learned is if you buy it one time, like if you buy the thing, how can I word this? If you spend the money one time, you won't have to worry about spending it again. Like, what I mean by that is like, if you go ahead and invest into like what you need right then and there, you won't have to worry about trying to upgrade it later. Like right now, there's been new mics coming out like the World Wireless Pro and all that. But to be honest, the DJI mics, I'm still good with. And I think last time I checked, these things are only going for like $250 right now. Let me double check that. Bro, these things are going, when I first got these, it was $330. These things are going for $250 right now. You can even just pause this video and go buy these right now, because like, especially if you're doing interviews and you're a content creator, you want very good sounding mics. You want something that can like easily have a charging case. You can pull it out. Once you pull it out, it's already ready to record. You get 24-bit audio with this. It has a magnet on it. So if you want to sit there and just pop this on your shirt real quick, you're doing interviews, boom. Now you have a whole mic that you just boom, you just put it on your client and you ready to go. Like, first of all, you're gonna look very professional by bringing this out. Second of all, again, when you buy this, you're not gonna have to buy another mic system again for quite a while. It charges, it has like 15 hours of onboard storage, and you get like at least like 3 to 4 uses out for one charge. But nonetheless, like, I don't really have to charge these things like that, man. I keep them in a case, and I charge the case maybe once every 4 jobs. But like, to me, out the gate, like, you're going to want something like that has some wireless audio, especially if you're a content creator or a videographer and you're doing interviews. And if you have a 2-person interview, you could use these mics for a 2-person interview and get them, get them in different channels, left and right channel, and you can merge them in post. Like right now, between the FX30 and these mics, you're already on your way to booking you at least a $2,000 client. And we didn't even put the tripod in your hand yet. Now, speaking of tripods, I rock with newer products. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I have not used this tripod, but I was just trying to find you like a starter tripod that's good and like really good for the price point. And this tripod is on sale for 30% off right now, so you can get this tripod for under $100. And if I remember correctly, it actually doubles as a monopod. Bro, listen. The thing doubles as a monopod. For under $100, you get a very good tripod and a monopod. I mean, bro, it's like, okay, right now, like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Right now, if I'm sitting here, if I'm a videographer and I know I need something, I'm literally saving this stuff to this cart, like, especially if you got a Galaxy. Now, I know you iPhone users can't do this, but if you are an Android user, specifically Galaxies too, I will be having this YouTube video open with Amazon and then just saving everything to this cart, because I'm telling y'all right now, all this I'm telling y'all right now, y'all first job, you're gonna make at least $2,500 to $3,000. I'm telling y'all right now, you're going to make that at least. Now, moving on to the next thing. When I say, and remember I was telling you all earlier in the beginning of the video that this is what's actually going to help improve your videos, and that's going to be lighting. But right now, again, we're just trying to get y'all in the door, because after you have all this kit here, you're going to sit there and like, essentially this is what's going to happen. I'm kind of giving y'all, like, I'm really putting y'all up on game right now. This is what's going to happen. You're going to book your first client for like $2,500 to $3,000. It's going to pay for everything I'm telling y'all right now, right? Then what's going to end up happening is you're going to book another client, but you already have the gear for that. So now you just able to just pocket that or put that back into the business and save it for later, right? But to do that, you want to make sure that your stuff will look good and it is lit well. Since you are getting a quote unquote a crop sensor, you want to make sure, even if you had a full frame sensor, you always want to make sure you have a great light. And the great light that I recommend for you all is going to be the Nanlite FS150B. Now, the reason I'm telling you all to go with that light, like a bicolor light, because there's definitely times where I needed a bicolor to match the source. And if you are filming, let's say, if you're filming like a lot of darker people, and if you're filming black and brown people specifically, brown lights look better on our skin than just like straight 5600, right? If you want to change the Kelvin, you'll be able to do that and kind of give you that golden look on brown skin, which is very flattering. Now, to go with this light, you're gonna need a softbox. The Glow Easy softbox, I've been using that on all my lights, no problem at all. And the reason I like this is because you can easily just open it, it's collapsible, but just like with a click of a button, right? So the Glow Easy softbox to go around with this Nanlite light, I promise y'all, Also, I do want to add, if you do not get a softbox, right, there's like $70, you can always just get you a C-stand and like it comes with an arm. I think I should have showed y'all. All right, this here is a C-stand, that is the arm. If you get a C-stand with the arm, you always just use a shower curtain to get you like the rest of the way there. And a shower curtain is definitely cheaper than a softbox. And for kind of like the most part, almost when it's like a little bit more versatile, smaller footprint. As you can see, the softbox does take up some space. Shower curtain still works. I've actually done it in a professional job. I got a video that I'll link down in the description below. Y'all can check it out. Softbox, shower curtain is still key. I also threw a light. I'm not going to sit here and break down why you should have a light stand, but I threw a light stand in there, a pretty good one, pretty good solid one that'll fit your Nanlite light. So you obviously gonna need a light stand for this light, okay? Now, the last thing you're gonna need is gonna go with your FX30 is gonna be the Sigma 18 to 50. The reason I recommend this lens is because one, it's like dirt cheap. This lens is under $500, okay? So between just the camera and just for the camera and the lens, you have 2 bands, and then you sit there and get all the extra accessories, see like around $2,500, $2,600, right? But again, you're charging your first clients 3 bands out the gate. Your next client is like, what are we talking about right now? What are we talking? I'm telling y'all right now that this is gonna make y'all some bread. What are we talking about right now? The Sigma 18 to 50. First of all, Sigma glass is like if you in this game, you know Sigma glass is it. Like Sigma glass is it. And the reason I'm giving you the 18 and 50 is because it's versatile. So the 18 and 50 is the equivalent of a 24 to 70 on a full frame lens, right? On a full frame camera. So with this, let's say you get that corporate client and now they're like, hey man, we need some event coverage. Now you have a camera that's quote unquote Netflix approved. Again, we've already went over this. If you just come part of this video, you fast forward it, you missed the first joke, okay? But anyway, we coming around with a Netflix approved camera, and now you have a lens that is versatile to make sure that you're ready in any situation, whether you need to be wide, tight. You essentially have a 24 to 70 on your FX30. So if you need to do event coverage, you can still get those tight shots, you can still get those wide shots and be perfectly fine. Like, man, like, when I tell y'all, bro, it's a great time to be a creator, a filmmaker, because all the gear is so much more accessible now. To be real, I remember when the GH5 first came out, I think the GH5 was like around 2 bands, $2,000 to $2,500 when the GH5 first came out. The Sony FX30 is punching above a GH5 now, especially with like, it's a bigger sensor out the gate, number one. Number two, got really good autofocus. You feel what I'm saying? So like right now, this is a great time to use to invest into your gear. And I'm telling you right now, this gear that I'm telling y'all to grab, next year, not next year, but like if y'all start next year, I promise y'all, y'all can easily be booking at minimum $3,000 clients. All they need is just simple interviews. You will be amazed how much I make off interviews. Like, you will be amazed how much I make off interviews. So, with that being said, man, everything I said is listed in my storefront. Make sure I click that link down in the description below. And I'm also curious if I missed anything like y'all would recommend to like a new videographer starting up or a new content creator starting up. What would y'all recommend? Comment down below and let me know. But other than that, right now, go get this bread. We out here. This list right here gonna get you paid. I catch y'all on the next one. Make sure y'all follow me on IG at Brooks Media. And that's Brooks Media with 2 S's. If you ain't adding an S, you ain't spelling them right. Deuces.